Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm in a very different location. I don't know how good the sound is as well because it's super windy, but we are in Egypt. Robin, say hi.
Alright gang.
Rob's about to go into the Bed Pyramid. I might give this one a miss because there's apparently bats inside. I don't know if I can do that. I think if the ceiling moves, I might just literally pass out. But I've done all the other ones, except from the big one. Actually, you did the big one, I didn't. But anyway, I've been in lots of pyramids. I'm just going to give this one a miss. So while Rob's in there, I'm going to intro this video and tell you what today's video is going to be all about. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Oh my god, a fly just went in my ear. Welcome back to another video. Official welcome, because those first clips, as you saw, we are in Egypt, which is so exciting. Oh my god, there's a fly bugging around me. I literally came and sat. I'm not literally sitting on like a pyramid. I'm literally sitting on a pyramid, actually. How iconic is that? When you go into these pyramids, if you've never been into one, I'll put some clips of what it's like, but you go into this like really small like walkway that you got to really hunch down and go, you know, and walk down. You go really deep into the pyramids. If you're claustrophobic, not for you. Just walking into a pyramid.
All I see is
there's Robin behind me.
All I see is
the shadow behind. This is literally not for people who are claustrophobic. So while Rob is in there, I want to intro today's video. With going away, I thought this would be a really good opportunity to actually share with you what little things that I take with me when I'm traveling. So firstly, if you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Ebony. I'm a naturopathic nutritionist, and this is a question I get a lot with my clients. So my clients will ask me, if they're going away, like, how do I keep up with my healthy habits when I'm traveling? Like, what little tips I have? Is there, things I recommend to take with you? So I thought, let me film a video and share with you guys what I actually brought to Egypt with me, because it's not like a huge amount of things, but I definitely have a few little tips and tricks which are really big game changers, like small little things that just go such a long way when you're traveling and really help you like keep consistent and just keep your health supported. I think there's a very fine line when you're traveling, like in the sense of like when it comes to like lunches and dinners, I will just honestly have what is available, like when we go out for dinner, I'm not going to worry too much about what I'm having, like the quality of things, or like if I want like something a bit noshy, what I would say, like something I wouldn't normally have at home, I'm gonna have it on holiday. Do you know what I mean? So you've got to have that line where you also relax and enjoy life. But there definitely is some tips that you can apply when you're traveling, that you can keep up your daily practices that can just keep your body supported, definitely while you're in a different environment. So they're the things I want to talk about today. I actually filmed this video yesterday completely in my hotel room, and I was like, this is rubbish. I was like, I can do better. So here we are refilming it today. Do you know what? Before I actually go to the next clip, let me just show you what I'm looking at, because this is honestly quite a breathtaking moment. Like, I'm literally sitting on the side of a pyramid in Egypt, and this pyramid in particular, by the way, is very lowest in oh my god, this fly, so low in terms of like tourist traffic. So if you're going to like the big, the main pyramids, then you're going to have so much footfall around there. It's like super busy, but these ones are really quiet. They don't really get much footfall. So have a look at this. Like, it is so peaceful and quiet. Amazing. Let me show you. So this is what I can see, and it's so quiet as well. I mean, there's a few little people walking around, but like, it's so quiet. And over there, somewhere over here, that's the Red Pyramid. How stunning is that? Tell me, how was it?
It was good. It was good.
Was there any bats?
Yeah, there were bats. There weren't as many as I was expecting, and to be honest, they're only in like the last chamber, and they're all just asleep, hanging there anyway, aren't they?
Still a no from me. Let's go have a little walk around it, and we can also look at the Black Pyramid. Yeah, which is closed. It collapsed.
Why did it collapse?
Because it was made of clay, you said.
Mud.
Yeah, sorry, mud, not clay.
Mud bricks.
Mud. See, I do listen. Okay, we are back at our hotel. We're just sitting on our rooftop. Here's Robin. Robin.
Oi, oi.
And then there's also the pyramids that are, there you go, just, oh my god, there. Okay, so I'm just currently having a salad. Ooh, I just spilled it all over me. That I picked up in a, what's it called, a mall yesterday. And this is not my tip. My tip, so this is just reminding me, is that when you're on the, at the airport coming out to your destination, definitely recommend picking up like an extra, oh my god, the sounds, I'm so sorry. I definitely recommend picking up an extra like salad or like a sandwich or something that you can eat, because when you get out to your destination, like for example here in Egypt, I've never been before, I don't know what's around, I don't know what's available when I'm out and about in the day, and having something as a backup on your first day is so helpful. And I did that on this trip, and it really came in handy. handy. Otherwise, honestly, I don't think I would have had anything to eat, because there really wasn't a lot when you're like seeing, for example, like the pyramids and stuff. There's not any like food stalls and things like that around. So that's definitely a really good tip. And then obviously once you're here and you're, you know, going about your first day, you can start doing your research and gathering, okay, what's around, where can we eat, and figuring out the rest of your trip. So that's definitely a really good tip when you're at the airport. We're actually moving hotels in a minute. So it's actually our last day tomorrow, so tonight's our last night, and we're actually moving to a bit more of a bougie hotel, because this is Rob's like birthday trip, so we're very excited about that, because that's going to be a little bit of luxury to end the trip for us. But yeah, it's been amazing so far, but I'm going to enjoy my salad and I'll speak to you in a bit. We just checked into our new hotel and look at this view. How insane is that? That's the Nile. And this little thing here does a water show at night. Right, Rob is in the showers. This is the perfect opportunity for me to go through a couple more things with you that I've brought with me. So the first thing I want to talk about here is these LMNT sachets. Now, these are basically electrolyte sachets. Hold on, let me just find them. I've got a couple things in this box which I'm going to talk to you about. Okay, so these are LMNT sachets. Hold them up there for you. Basically, these are electrolyte sachets, and they're based around sodium, potassium and magnesium, which are 3 of your macro minerals. Now, obviously, being electrolyte sachets, the whole purpose of these and the big kind of selling point is to help, you know, keeping the body hydrated. So definitely that's really the first selling point in terms of why you would take it away with you traveling, because obviously when you go away, particularly if you're going to a hot country and you're maybe sweating more and just losing more fluids, these are a really nice thing to add into your water just to really help keep your body hydrated when you're traveling. Now, the other reason I also bring these with me is because, as I just mentioned, I kind of snuck in there, these are 3 of your macro minerals. So we have 4 macro minerals, so they are sodium, magnesium, potassium and calcium, and these 4 minerals are also your intracellular minerals. So I'm really big on mineral balancing and supporting your minerals as it is, and when I go traveling I just love little things like this, because it just means you can keep up with, you know, these kind of habits even when you're away. So yes, it's hydrating me and supporting me from that perspective, but it's also continuing to keep my minerals supported, which I am a huge fan of. So I absolutely love these sachets. They're, as you can see, really tiny and sleek, so you can just pop one in your bag for the day. I just used one of these actually when I was by the pool today. I actually popped one of the, I think I used the raspberry salt flavour. And the other thing to say about these as well, they're flavoured. So I brought with me the variety pack, so I've got the citrus salt, the watermelon salt and the orange salt, and then also raspberry salt. And what's also really nice about these is it's just something a bit more, I don't know, flavourful to drink than just water all day. And particularly when you're away, like, you know, when you're chilling around the pool, you might fancy something a little different, do you know what I mean? I would say the most tropical flavours, in my opinion, are watermelon and raspberry salt. I really like those two. Okay, the next thing I also want to talk about is something that I always, without fail, bring with me, is always a selection of teas, okay? When you go away in your hotel room, you can't guarantee obviously what you're going to be given, and in a lot of standard hotel rooms you'll just get given like caffeinated teas, and then maybe like it might be maybe a mint tea, but sometimes it's like green tea and mint, and I just don't love that, do you know what I mean? So teas are a really good tip, because the other thing about this, it's not just about, oh, take teas with you. Take teas with you that are actually going to support your body and things that you know you might need a bit of extra help with when you're away. So for example, for me, I bring a selection of a lot of digestive teas, because if anything, my bowels are more going to go constipated when I travel than they are anything else. So I always like to bring teas that are really nice and supportive for my digestive system, just to kind of keep everything moving. But also something that I do quite religiously when I'm at home is have my hot lemon and ginger water. Now, of course, that is something you could keep up with when you're traveling, but like for example in the hotel I was last in, where I was for the majority of my trip, there wasn't that option. And when I was at breakfast, like, they didn't have, you know, ginger hanging about, and even lemons honestly weren't really there. So having a tea bag with me was really handy, because I could still have that nice warm drink in the morning to help kick, you know, my digestion and kind of wake things up. And I can make it in the room, because most rooms will have a kettle. So definitely take teas with you. Also find these really handy on planes as well. Okay, and then the next thing, which is really handy to talk about, because I'm about to take this down to dinner, definitely get a supplement organizer. So I got this on Amazon. You can get this in like 2-part compartments, or you can get ones with 3 compartments. I actually spoke about this in my last video, my wellness favourites. So if you haven't seen that, go check that out. But this is just an absolute no-brainer. Like, not only does this make take your supplements away just so easy, and obviously this is so compact, so you can just chuck it into your suitcase, you know, and it just doesn't take up much room. You haven't got to take all these bags with you. That's really great for efficiency. But also when you're actually out, like for example in a minute, which I can do it right now, I will take out the day of the week, so it's Monday today, take that out, and all I've got to do is just pop that in my bag. And also because it's already in the compartments, when I sit down to have my meal, it's not like I'm like having to faff around with stuff. I literally just open it up, pop these in my hand, take them. It's super discreet, and it's just really great when you're traveling. It makes things really, really easy. Okay guys, excuse what I look like. I cannot see the viewfinder to save my life. I'm sitting by the pool. It's actually dead as a dodo. Let me show you. Here we go. This is our hotel pool. There's the hotel up there. This is the Sofitel in Egypt. Anyone who's wondering. Anyway, it is our last day today. We need to leave here about 3 o'clock, so we're just trying to soak up a little bit of sunshine before we leave. But I pulled out my camera to talk to you about another thing that I bring away with me to help with my wellness. This is like really not a great angle, is it? Okay, so the thing that I want to talk about are these. Okay, these little green sticks. These are so helpful and handy when you go away. So these are basically collagen powder sachets. This is by the brand Hunter & Gather. So I use Hunter & Gather collagen. So normally in the past I would just like take a bag of collagen with me, but now they do these sachets, which honestly for traveling are just amazing, because again they're really like small and sleek. You can just chuck them into your bag and just pull them out obviously when you need them. So yeah, really, really travel friendly. But the main reason I like to bring these collagen sachets with me is, to be honest with you, yes, you know, it's great to get all the benefits of collagen, but I actually bring them as more like boosters. In one sachet you're going to get around, I believe it's around like 11 grams of protein. So these are just super, super handy just to kind of use as a booster throughout the day. So whether that be like with breakfast, you could just add a, you know, sachet into a hot drink. You could add it into anything like liquidy maybe that you're eating. You can even just mix it with like water. And actually another thing that we're going to talk about in a moment is a protein powder. I always bring single sachet protein powders with me as well, because these are also super, super handy. So this one here that I've got is the Nuzest Clean Lean Protein. I'm not very like specific with the brand. I like Nuzest, I also like Form Nutrition. At home I use Vivo Sport Protein, but I don't think they come in single sachets. But yeah, single sachet protein powders are also so handy, because again, might come in handy at breakfast. Like for example, when I'm at home, I wouldn't ever normally have something like porridge, like oats, you know, oat-based breakfast, but that's a very carb heavy meal. So from a blood sugar perspective, it's not going to set you up best for the day, and it's just not going to like stabilize your hormones first thing. So yeah, that's something I wouldn't normally have, but when you're traveling, sometimes that might be the only option. So things like protein powder sachets can come in really handy, because if you are having to have something kind of more carb based, you know, you could always just add this in, even if it is again like adding it into like a water and making a little like side protein shake. That can also just help a little bit, you know. So in those instances, like I could do a sachet of this, which is 20 grams in one sachet, add my collagen sachet as well, which is like another 11, and there you go, easily done 30 grams. And again, like I'm a broken record on this, but all of these things are really just small, sleek and compact. You can just pop them in your bag. So yeah, really, really big fans of these. And of course, you know, when it comes to like the collagen, you're going to get the benefits of the collagen as well. Speaking about protein in general, that's probably like another tip of mine that I say to my clients is like, when you go away, like, you know, there's definitely a little bit of like a give and take, in the sense of you've got to have, you know, you've got to relax around some of your meals. Like you can't have complete control when you travel. Like you're just going in a completely different environment. You don't know what's available, so you just got, you know, just do your best, but also like have fun, relax, enjoy your holiday. Because if you start stressing so much about the food, actually that stress can, you know, be just as bad on your body. So I always, you know, try and just be a bit free when I go traveling. But one of my tips is definitely try and like support your blood sugars when you're away, because if you can do that through, like for example, a good breakfast to start the day, and yeah, keeping your protein up with meals, that can go such a long way when you're traveling. So yeah, I'm a really big one for protein. I'm like, oh my god, I just realised I don't think I've shown my outfits. Oh my god. Let's just talk about snacking quickly, because that's another thing that I also really do recommend, is that definitely you want to pack your own snacks with you, because there's two things I think you have, like you're most likely to have good control over when you travel. It's breakfast and snacking. Lunch and dinner are the ones that you're like, you just let slide, you enjoy, you have whatever. But with snacking, you can easily pack things in your suitcase just to help, you know, have things on hand. So things that I like to bring with me is definitely like a bag of nuts is really good, like a trail mix is really handy. Always bring like a little Tupperware box as well when you travel, because they're really handy as well, so you can just chuck things in on the day and then take that out, so you're not having to carry around like big bags of things. So yeah, definitely do like a trail mix, that's great, and obviously it's good fats and everything, so that's really good to pick at. Also you could just pack, you know, other like just snacks that you might like for example on this trip, I'll put pictures in, but I brought these like dried mushroom snacks. Out of the two, I didn't really love the oyster mushroom one. I think it was oyster or trumpet mushroom, whatever it was. I prefer the shiitake. Some people like to pack things like what's that brand called, Rome. There's a brand called Rome, and they do like beef jerky bars. I'm not really a huge fan of the taste, so I don't pack them, but I know a lot of people enjoy those, and like they're really great because I think I don't know how many grams of protein, but there's quite a lot in that, and it's really good ingredients. But yeah, you can just, you know, just pack a few little snacky bits. Some people like to take olives. Also, they can be quite good to pick at, like little bits and pieces that you can just lean on. I'll tell you another huge tip from a food perspective. Particularly if you are gluten-free, 1000% you need to bring a loaf of bread, okay? When you go traveling, like if you're not gluten-free, it's not going to be a problem. You'll find bread. But if you are gluten-free, finding gluten-free bread can be like finding gold. So 100% pack a gluten-free bread, and it will be like a saving grace, because even if, like for example at breakfast, if you do have a breakfast at your hotel, like the first hotel that we were in before we changed to this one, they did not have any gluten-free options. So having my own bread was so handy, because I could just go down, have them just, you know, scramble me up some eggs, and have the eggs on my own bread. So yeah, definitely pack that. And also it could be handy for lunches, like just taking a couple slices out in your bag, because you're more likely to find things, you know, that can go with it. It's just always the bread elements that always ruin it when people are gluten-free. So if you could just have your own in your bag just in case, really good tip. Also just thinking, actually, probably talking like this, I've probably got a right old double chin happening. Oh, love that for me. There he is. Robin, give us a wave. Oh, that looks so nice. Do you mean just Robin in the Nile?
That's it, I'm just out here influencing. Do you know what I mean? Doing my influencing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That actually looks so calm. Literally, it's like having a private pool at the minute. Hey guys, just quickly popping in just to make sense of the next clip. The next clips that you're going to see is basically me when I was filming this video in the hotel room. There was a couple of things I didn't get around to refilming on the day that I was, you know, you're up to right now. So I'm just going to put those clips in because there is some things I really did want to share with you. So just making sense of that. But also just to quickly say, while I'm just quickly inserting myself here in real time, this video is very overdue. We actually went on this Egypt trip back at the end of March. So we're in May right now. So yeah, this is very overdue. I am very aware that I need to do another fertility update. That is definitely going to come soon. I was actually writing notes about that this morning. I have so much to update you on. We're at about the 6-month mark now, and I'm still not pregnant, still not there. But yeah, there's so much to update you on, like new things I've discovered, new things I'm trying, and yeah, lots of like discoveries basically. So I'm going to do that very soon and get that up also ASAP. But anyway, I hope you're enjoying this video so far, and let's cut to the clips and you can finish the video. So I actually packed with me, now this bottle is not actually what is inside. So inside here, I actually packed some magnesium citrate. This is really great to take traveling with you, particularly if you are someone who is prone to getting constipation when you travel. Magnesium citrate is a type of magnesium that works best on the digestive system, and it's a really nice one just to help with bowel movements and motility. So I definitely take some magnesium citrate with me. Now when you go traveling, let's also talk about the possibility of catching bugs and bacteria and getting food poisoning and all that kind of stuff, because that's a very, you know, high possibility, particularly if you're traveling to a country that is just completely, you know, different to what your body's used to. It's very common for us to get diarrhea from these things. So actually, before I go into that, let me actually talk about this. So this is a bottle of colloidal silver. This, in my opinion, is one of my big like travel hacks. Colloidal silver, it's a very multi-purpose thing. So I get it in a spray bottle. The only con about this is actually a glass bottle. So I didn't have time, but ideally it would be better actually to decant it probably into a plastic bottle so it doesn't like break. But this is really multi-purpose because colloidal silver is basically really good because it's like antibacterial, kind of antimicrobial, all that kind of stuff. So in a spray form, I spray it on my hands in the day, so it's a really great hand disinfectant as you're going around, you know, before you eat, you know, if you've been somewhere, touch things, all that kind of stuff. So it's a really nice, easy one to keep, you know, your hands clean. But also, if you do catch food poisoning or you pick up a bug, you can also take this internally, and really the best way to describe it is it works a little bit, I guess, like an antibiotic, but it's not like an antibiotic in terms of how harsh an antibiotic is on your system. So it's a much more of like a gentle approach to it, but it's very effective at helping to kill like any bacteria and bugs that you might come into contact with. Like I know people who have taken this for food poisoning and it's literally worked within 24 hours. So this is from the brand Higher Nature. But yeah, colloidal silver. And then speaking on diarrhea, to actually have things in my bag that will also help combat that. Now, before I go into this, these actually were sent to me in from like the dispensary I get supplements from. So in terms of the brand, this isn't a brand that I've gone out and actually bought, right? But I definitely had these at home and I was like, well, I'll pack these. Here we've got from the brand, I believe it's Dr. Gut is the brand. So let me hold it up for you. So we've got sachet forms. So these are powders. And then we've also got the liquid sticks as well. These are basically binders just to help kind of bind you all back up again. So it's using a clay-based binder. Just really, really handy to have in your kit, particularly because when you are away, and you know, you might not even use these things, but if these things do happen and you need something, it's good just to have a little few things just in your bag that you've got there and ready to go, because otherwise you're trekking around trying to find pharmacies, you might not speak the language, you know, you don't know what you're buying and all that kind of stuff. It becomes a stress. So just having a few things like this packed can be really, really helpful. If you have any game-changing travel tips, leave them in the comments below so we can all see. But besides that, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.